last night, Nick Rekieta, who has not been on his channel or doing anything for a while, God knows what he's been doing. I think he's been having some issues. He's possibly going through, issues with his wife. There's all sorts of speculation on that. But once again, I thought, okay, there's not much law to talk about that here, so I'm not going to talk about it, right? Yeah, it's been out there doing whatever, God knows what, right? Colombian booger, sugar, drinking, whatever the hell else he's doing. I guess he's vaping now because he's like he's a 2-year-old. So he made a cope stream. And I wasn't going to say anything about it because it's just a cope stream, right? And of course, he said nasty things about everybody, right? He did ad hominem to literally everybody, right? So I wasn't going to cover that. And I was just going to move on. But I said, okay, well, hold on. Elissa reached out to me and she DM'd me and she sent me this. You do not have, this is from Nickety Crackets here. You do not have permission to clip my locals exclusive content. Take it down tomorrow or I will. Also, I rescind any permission to clip my content. Play by fair use if you're going to do it. So this is a DM he sent to Elissa Clips specifically. And at that time, Nickety Crackets made several statements about how he feels about clipping, right? And I'm going to play just one of these statements for you before I get into the law or anything else here about this. So let's just play one. I think this was posted by Breaking Baldo News. So let's play this one here.
Elissa Clips says, Nick Cuck agree. Elissa, what am I agreeing to? Yes, I agree. What is it? For anybody out there who's like, I there was some talk I saw earlier about like me and Elissa fighting or something. I don't know if Elissa's fighting with me. I don't think so. But if she is, cool. I have no problem with Elissa Clips or any other clip channel. Look, I talked about this the other day. There are some times when you go as a creator, you're like, fuck, clip channels, man. They make everything exist forever. Like sometimes you have that. But that's more lamenting the reality. Like channels will make shit exist, or they'll take things and it's out of the context that I think it should be in or whatever, but people see things differently. That's okay. I'm not fighting with any clip channel. I'm not striking any clip channel. I'm not telling any clip channel what to do ever. And Elissa has always had and will always have my permission to clip the show, to clip the local streams, whatever she deems will be a good clip. That's it.
Always,
so,
forever.
Hopefully we can put that
forever
fucking shit to bed.
and ever.
People make a lot out of a little.
Oh, they're making so much.
No, I have no problems with clip channels existing. I don't have any problem with what they do. So
there we go. So Nickety Crackets over here gave a permanent forever. I mean, did that sound like there's a caveat there? Did that sound like a caveat? Do you hear any exceptions to the rule there? Forever and for always. I swears it. Right? Well, clearly that's been rescinded, right? Because clearly forever and always isn't when it makes him look bad and isn't when he gets his coping stream exposed, right? And his kind of crackhead rants exposed. That was clearly a line too far. Now, I'm going to be fair to Jiminy Crackets over here. And here's the thing, and I'm going to be very fair to Nick. Technically, he's probably in the right about his paywalled content, okay? And Alex asked the question here. So the video, at least one of the videos that he was mad about was behind a paywall. Now, locals, or locals, as you might want to say, but although I do like my locals, but that's it. That's it. There's both the ability to sign up for a free account and sign up for a paid account. So you can do either. And creators create, just as I do, exclusive content just for locals. That's fine. However, if you're putting out content for free, I perceive it, and it's perceived much under fair use analysis, much differently than content you'd have to pay to sign up for. If you are distributing content that is paid, it's going to be a real hard case to win, right? A real hard case to win. So the specific stream that she clipped, the last one, was behind a paywall. So I think even Elissa, in my conversations with her, acknowledges that. Alyssa's not like crazy, right? And she's very respectful. But that said, if there was a court case, she'd probably lose, right? Because it was behind a paywall. That said, he didn't put that caveat before. And he always made it sound like he was going to be okay with everything, right? So it's like what was okay before. And by the way, what she'd been doing for months and months and months was now not okay. So it's interesting there. And there's a lot of other LawTube channels and other channels that are clipping. So what is going to happen to those other channels? There's like Will Heron, there's other channels. There's like Will Heron, there's other channels.
There's like Will Heron, there's other channels
that are out there clipping. What's going to happen to those guys? What's going to happen to those clippers?
I wasn't scared then. I'm not scared now.
You don't have to ask, but I appreciate when people do ask. I'm like, thank you for asking. I really appreciate that, sincerely. I mean, there's channels that clip me and they don't ask me, but I don't strike them, but I do appreciate, and I go out of my way to say thank you to them and give them credit and promote them. So I'm going to promote you. If you give me permission, I'll promote you. So hopefully that gives you views and that helps your clip channel. Right. But if you're going to be a dick about it, then I'm not going to strike you perhaps, but and also everybody's got different rules, right? So obviously, look, if something's behind a paywall, I think anybody would be reasonably mad about that. That's taking away your revenue, right? But if it's something that's out there on public locals or something that's out there on your public YouTube or your public Rumble, it's not behind any sort of gate or wall, it's fair game. That's my opinion. Potentially criminal for 5 says he can cry and be a pussy all he wants. He's a husk of his former self. She could transform it, and I bet Baldo would strike it. Yeah, and the thing is that it's still behind Sean. I mean, because it was is paid stuff, and even like I said, she acknowledges that. I think he'll be a tough time. But if it was transformative and it was free, let's say you put that up there as free content, not behind a paywall, I think he would still strike it. If it was a Rumble stream or a YouTube stream, he'd try to strike it because he's falling away from that, that I'm okay with other people making fun of me. I'm okay with people covering me. I mean, the whole saga of Sean is, he was okay with Sean making jokes here and there until he actually seriously covered his channel. And now he's like he's like fat bastard from, Austin Powers. He's like some morbidly obese, evil super villain, right? Like, and that's the thing. And I'm some like cartoonish, like one-eyed creature, right? That's out here doing vile crimes in Asia, even though people usually don't even get the right country that I'm in at the time correct, but whatever. Another little comment too. I did see a little bit of a shadow of this coming. There was one clip I saw where he kind of insinuated the day might come, the D-Day might come, where he strikes all the clippers. So here's this little comment on this one. I think this one was kind of very telling. And look at how he talks to divinity.
Okay, that's a decent amount.
You
That's
realize
not
that
what you gave me the first.
the
time.
girth of mine is smaller than yours.
Yeah, clip that.
My favorite part about
Elissa, I hope you're here, girl. That was
My-
funny.
My favorite part about all the clip channels is they all think they're safe. They're all like, oh yeah, Nick doesn't mind if I clip his show. And then one day the hammer's going to come down. All your channels are
Oh,
toast.
Nick's gonna cuck himself. That would be wonderful.
One day
I'm
you're going to
getting-
settle all the family business, aren't you?
That'll be fine for me. I'm sure that won't hurt my image at all.
Not even a little bit, I'm sure. That would be awesome for us.
Well, your channels will all be dead, so no, it won't.
No, they won't. See, and this is okay. Sorry, I want to point out here when Nick's like, "Your channels will all be dead." It's like, motherfucker, you're not the only one being like. There's other people being clipped, and I say that specifically because Nick is a giant Minnesota bundle of sticks. But that said, There's other people out there that they were covering and generating content off of, and etc. Right? It wasn't just him, right? There were plenty of other people that were generating entertaining content out there in the world other than him, right? Their channels weren't 100% Nick all the time, although they were at a certain point a generous amount of Nick Rekieta. However, there are other folks out there, and in fact, nowadays there's people that are creating better content, right, and more entertaining content.